Yo, it's Overwatch 2 time. Time to play Overwatch 2 with grind Heracross in the background. Just looks like a ton of podcasts we gotta do as well. So many. New strategist episode. I'm joking. There isn't a new strategist episode. That was a lie. But there is a new Power and Politics. There's like so many new episodes. Oh my, how are we even gonna get through all these episodes? There's Destiny videos to watch. I'm gonna have to take a break at some point. So much, so many things to do, so much Overwatch to play. How will we even move on? I think I'm just gonna dox myself and just put this here. Oh wait, never mind. You can't even see. Oh my, never mind. I figured it out. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 episodes to watch. Some of them are shorter. Supreme Court ruling Roe v. Wade. I don't really want to do that one. NATO boosts high readiness. Premier steps down his leadership. These are all good. This is all good stuff. Let's just start with the Roe v. Wade one. We'll break it up with Destiny videos in between. Oh, we can do 1.5 speed as well.
Seriously? Dave!
Water damage? Submit a claim with the Intact Insurance app and get back to life as you know it.
Don't
Visit
think I will.
Or talk to your broker. Conditions apply.
Okay. We're just queuing tank. Sorry. Not sorry.
Hi everyone, I'm Catherine Cullen, and this is the Power and Politics podcast for Friday, June 24th.
Oh, it's nighttime.
Years of legalized abortion overturned by the United States Supreme Court. That's a historic and deeply polarizing decision, and it will have massive repercussions.
Hold on.
We'll bring you reaction from
Hold
the
up.
and Canada. The Power Panel will also weigh in. But first,
Very clear and unambiguous. The only way we can secure a woman's right to choose, in the balance that existed, is for Congress to restore the protections of Roe v. Wade as federal law. This fall, Roe is on the ballot. Personal freedoms are on the ballot. The right to privacy, liberty, equality, they're all on the ballot.
a clear message from the President of the United States that the only way to secure a woman's right to choose is if Congress acts, he says. Judy Chu is a Democratic congresswoman representing California. Representative Chu, how are you feeling today?
I feel completely outraged. Even though there was a leaked decision some weeks back, and I was outraged then, there is nothing like actually having the decision delivered in this manner that could quell my complete disgust and outrage over what this decision will do to millions of women in this country. We already see that 26 states are poised to ban abortion completely, and that will affect 38
Not very
million
XQCL, guys.
who should be able to make the personal, private decisions
Sorry, it's
that
fucking stupid.
would determine their own futures, but instead will be forced to travel hundreds of miles.
Let me do this
to
pop
other
out as
states.
well.
Some will have difficulty being able to get the money to do so. Will have a hard time taking time off from work. Will have a hard time getting a babysitter. It will be difficult for many women, and this is why I am outraged.
I know you have been out speaking today. You've tweeted, we won't go back. And yet, with trigger laws in place, that is going to happen immediately, will you not, in terms of returning to the situation previous to Roe versus Wade?
Well, this is why we have to go to the ballot box. Every legislator must be held accountable for their
Nope.
vote on abortion. And the voters have to determine who their representatives are going to be. Should they make a personal, private decision that affects them, that would control their own body? Should it be a private decision between them and their doctor? Or should it be Justice Brett Kavanaugh and Senator Marco Rubio and Ted Cruz that makes the decision for you? Well, it's obvious what it should be. It should be your own personal, private decision, and that's the way it's been for 50 years.
Can you see today as anything other than a victory for Donald Trump?
Well, I think that they have been working towards this point for a long time. Donald Trump indeed was their vehicle to get the justices on the Supreme Court that would vote this way. And actually, this is only the beginning of the extremist Republican agenda. They will go after doctors who perform abortions. They will ban certain forms of contraception. And really goal of this extremist Republican agenda is banning abortion entirely in the United States.
Well, I want to pick up on that and talk to you about what
I
President
mean,
Biden was saying today.
it's
because
not
he said
wrong.
the only way to
It's
restore
kinda
a woman's
true.
rights is through Congress. We know the Senate just blocked an attempt to do exactly that last month. Does that mean, in terms of any sort of legislative response, really this is about the midterms and changing who's in office?
Well, that is right. And
Okay.
I have to say, the House passed my bill, the Women's Health Protection Act, which would enshrine the protections of Roe versus Wade into law. It is in the Senate where this bill received the obstacle that it did and didn't get the votes necessary. And that's why we do have to go to the ballot box. We do have to make sure that those that we elect are pro-abortion and will respect a woman's decision. So
Still
it is
0.
a way to
Wow, man,
combat
so
the Supreme
good.
Court's decision. It is
20
by
speed
trying
at
to
least.
instill into
Oh,
There have been a lot of frustration towards President Biden, towards the Democrats.
20 speed IVs. Okay, that's actually pretty XCCL. It's just the attack man that sucks. Okay, we can kill Bellsprouts now. So now we only kill Bellsprouts from here on out.
Well, I want to remind you that there are millions of women in this country who've never known a United States that did not uphold their right to an abortion. And now,
Probably the majority even.
26 states will wake up to the reality that abortion is no longer available to them. I think this is also a wake-up call to women in terms of how the U.S. Supreme Court and the Republican extremist agenda is treating them. And it will be a wake-up call as to how they vote in the midterm elections.
Do you think this will be the issue?
I think this will be the issue amongst other key issues. I mean, we just had gun legislation finally passed today, and that's another big one because we are seeing mass killings every day. We did take a positive step today, though, but this is clearly an urgent issue.
We're queuing tanks. It's going to take forever. Lots of Heracross grinding.
But I still want to ask you, people around the world are watching what is happening in the United States. What message does overturning Roe v. Wade send to the rest of the world about what is happening in the U.S. right now?
Well, we have a Republican extremist majority on the Supreme Court, and this was something that the Republican extremists in the Republican
Not
Party
crazy, right?
were
Bellsprout
planning for
gives
a long
out
time.
attack EVs. EVs.
We have a chance to change this. We have a chance to change this in the elections, and that's why we have to make sure that people wake up.
Even though you guys are going to get crushed. No
how
offense,
the
Democrats.
legislator looks at a woman's choice. Are they for
Yep,
a woman's
one
choice,
attack.
or are they for making women second-class citizens in this country? That is the question.
There is a discussion in this country about to what extent we might see American women come to Canada in hopes of getting an abortion if it's no longer available in their state. Would you, the Canadian government, from what we've heard thus far, has expressed openness to that, but would you have any message to the Canadian government about those women coming to the border, crossing the border for abortions?
Well, I appreciate Canada's openness to this. It is indeed a reality, and the easier you can make it for these women, the better. I already know that this is happening in my area.
Employed by Minister Gould, but has been a non-partisan member of the civil service for several years. Obviously, this news minister raises questions about the Canadian response. I want to start by asking you about something the U.S. ambassador said to our colleague Chris Hall. I'd like to play you a clip.
I am comfortable saying that there have been informal outreaches about the ability of Canada to potentially step up and to be a location for women, abortions and reproductive health services that might not be legal in their states as a result of an adverse decision by the Supreme Court, that Canada is open to those conversations and willing to have those conversations.
Oh, closer to
What can you tell us
8?
about those conversations? What is happening? What is the discussion right now?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure that I can talk about those discussions, but what I can say is that, we have been having conversations within our government about how we might be able to support American women, recognizing that, particularly for lower income.
So probably like 5?
Canada might not be,
Oh my, is that a game?
And that there are going to be US states,
Is that a game of
California,
Overwatch 2
New York, and a number of
tank?
others that are going to bring forward their own
I don't
legislation to
believe it.
protect sexual health and reproductive rights. But we are
I
very
don't-
actively
I
talking
just
about what we can
don't
do in
believe
Canada
it.
to support American women on what honestly is just a devastating day for American women and for women right around the world, frankly.
You mentioned lower income women, and I'm trying to understand if you are talking about women who simply won't have the means to make it to Canada, or if you're talking about Canada providing support to those women to allow them access to travel for abortion.
Well, I think it's more about women who wouldn't have the means to necessarily get to Canada.
Oh, there we go. Now we're running at a smooth 90 FPS slash 60 slash... Oh, getting up to 100 there for a second.
So this is going to have a disproportionate impact on vulnerable women and girls in the United States. It's really so upsetting about that. But, working with the U.S. government, I think, is something that, it's the thing that, of course, it's, today's a hard day. I think even if we knew that the leak was out there...
Oh, we're at 100. That's a little bit of latency.
American women who are seeing decades of...
Okay, so a little bit of the
I would still like to
latency.
understand what it is Canada is discussing with the United States when it comes to American women coming to access abortion.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't think we're at liberty to talk about that specifically, but there are conversations about what would safe support look like. Right now you can access medical services in Canada out of pocket. I know that when abortion is illegal in Canada, a lot of Canadian women cross the border into the United States to get abortion care, and there's lots of conversations about how do we support, our citizens down in the United States. There's conversations about medical abortions. A lot of people think about medical abortions, but actually abortion is much more common. Something that can be done at home. So if they're released in the mail, we also have to be very carefully about.
I want to pause there because I think that is significant, Minister. Can you explain to me then, you're talking about the prospect of Canada providing those services to American women?
Well, it could be be that, or it might be different American states who are doing that. Like, we have to understand what the different like around the United States and then be like.
Okay, so this might be closer to unplayable than I thought.
What we see in countries where abortions are
Give me a second here, let's disconnect.
They then get really scared to go, if something goes wrong, to a hospital or seek medical care because they're worried about being criminalized. And so when you make abortions legal, you don't stop abortions from happening, you stop safe abortions. So we also have to understand that
500 latency?
for American women in these states, and we have to think about how we can support them without putting them in danger or risk.
Okay.
While talking about Canada taking on safe haven, I don't think is the right word, but taking on this sort of third-party role of facilitating this for women who could
Well,
really
it's like, what does it look like? What are the possibilities? And the conversations are happening with both, particularly to the government, and then also out there with provinces and territories as well as medical organizations. There's a lot to talk about here. But I think today the thought is really with American women who I think have received a punch to the gut in the sense that this is a big blow. This is a really sad day. And it's something that I fear has reverberations around the world. I fear it has reverberations here in Canada. So even though there are the vast majority of Canadians support a women's right to choose, I fear this is going to embolden the anti-abortion activist group.
Well, listen, I want to talk about,
be more active.
pardon me, Minister, but we only have so much time, and I really do want to talk about a pledge that your government made, that your party made in the last election to ensure that there was equitable access to abortion across the country. We talked about regulation at the time. The Prime Minister said, well, maybe it would be legislation. When will we see action on this, whatever form it takes?
So, one of the things that our government has already done, and we're the first federal government to do this, is to withhold Canada Health transfers, a portion of them to provinces that don't fulfill their obligations. As an example of that, they will fund portions outside of hospital settings. So that's something that we have done.
But you've made this pledge to go further. You've made this pledge to go further.
That's a conversation that is ongoing in Minister of Health right now to look at how we can, again, one of the main changes is with access to
Done.
future. And talking about what does that look like in Canadian
The latency is
context,
so
where,
bad.
it's quite safe, and it's something that is gaining, and particularly gained in terms of access to abortion.
Maybe this is... If we bring this down, it'll be better. Okay, 90 latency now. Okay. The latency is kind of not good at all. Oh yeah, and it's just tanking over here as well. That might be a little bit hard to get. With the latency, just maybe a little bit. Oh yeah, it's fine. Yeah, this is unplayable. I can't even get in my room. Try again, maybe?